Good morning. Today we're going to do an oil and filter change on my 2011 Suzuki GSXR 1000. Fun bike, really is. I bought it 2 years ago. So I figured let me do an oil change. It takes 3.2 quarts. I got 4 quarts of the Mobil 1 Racing 1040. I got a K&M filter. And with that, let's get started. First thing I want to do is put it on its rear stand. We will have to remove the side plastic. It looks like we got 4mm hardware. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it looks like we're going to have to remove this slider. Not a problem. Take your time. And let's be neat. We do not want to scratch anything. That's one. There's 2. I put them on the floor the way I took them off. Here's 3, and if you notice, these are bigger. We'll find out in a second. This is the first oil change I did on this bike. I bought this bike with 1,200 miles about 18 months ago in Georgia. And it was just serviced with its 1,000-mile oil change. I don't drive it much, but it's very enjoyable to get on 95. You can see these are bigger. So I'll put these in the rear so we don't get confused. Now the bottom one, that's the only big one, is right by the slider. Be conscious how tight these are. No need to wrench these and break something. You can see this one too, a shorter thread. We're going to put that in the rear of the bike. This is the front. See, they got a little gasket there. Let's keep everything where it needs to go. Now, we got to remove this slider. Just take your time. You don't want nothing scratched. I like this setup. It's a great bike. GSXR 1000, 2011. I believe the 7s to 2011, I believe 2007, 8, 9, 10, and 11 are the same. I could be wrong. If I am, correct me. All right, now we'll just lay this on the ground towards the back. I know this is hard to see, but you got these vinyl fasteners. You got one right here and one at the bottom. You really need to be careful with these. If you see, I got a screwdriver. Just click it and pull that out. And this is it. Once you pull this out, this will release itself. Here's what it looks like when it's on the bike closed. You'll see this little indentation, and now it's open. It's that easy. Now when you want to put it back together, push up on this and then lock it in place. That simple. Now I'm going to place a blanket out and take this side cover off. This will be the first time the side cover's been off. This bike just turned 5,000 miles. I never did it before. Oh, we got one more tab right there. This one's a little different. You gotta push in on it, I believe. This one here, you just push in on it and it relieves the tension. To reinstall, take the pin, move it out, I know it's hard to see. Push it in and then fasten that. Remember where these went. This was on the top. You won't forget. Bottom, we got that. We got. You'd rather be careful and don't break nothing. That's loose. This was just a little pressure fitting. It's a little finagling. And let's put this aside. As you see, there's 2 rubber grommets. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. And this thing is free. I don't even think we had to move this one. I'm going to put that back in place. Take a look at the fairing. Remove this one. I'm going to put it back, and that will stiffen this up a little bit. There you go. That's what probably made it a little flimsy for us. Now to remove the oil filter. Our oil fill plug is right here. I'm going to loosen it up. Our window to see our oil levels right here. And while you got this opportunity, take a good look at your bike, clean it, and now to remove the oil filter. All right, your oil filter is right here. You can see this bike has a full pipe. She's a beauty. I'm going to try to take it off by hand. There ain't much room. That's why I bought a K&N with the nut on it. All right. This is a high flow. And yes, thank God they didn't go crazy. And it is warm, so let me work with this a little bit. Let me get a rag. Work it. There she goes. Beautiful thing. I'm going to let that drain nice and slow. I don't want to get any oil on the pipe. Sometimes if I see that the pipe is in the way, I'll wrap it with tin foil. But this is pretty clean. Thank God. This is pretty clean. My old Suzuki, the pipe would get wet. The Harleys, they all get wet. This is a nice bike. You can appreciate the engineering in this Suzuki GSXR. I really do enjoy driving this. It beats you up a little bit, but it's sheer performance. With that, I'm going to get that filter. Take your time. You don't want oil on everything. Let it drip so it don't hit the pipe. There, it went. Hit the pipe. Take your time. You can see, look at the pipe and everything. It was done quite professional. To go for the full pipe and a fuel management system, this bike is a hot rod. Fastest bike I ever rode. And I had the GSXR 01. No, I had the 02 GSXR 1000. 02 GSXR 1000. And I thought that was incredibly fast. This, to me, I'm 60 years old. This is fast for me. All right, I don't want no oil on that pipe. Take out time. Let that drain for a minute or two. I bought one of these K&N 138 for $17. But she needed her oil change. I get busy with other bikes. And this is my favorite ride. The Harleys are my safest ride. I don't get no tickets or nothing like that. The nice part about this, the oil filter's facing up. So it's not a mess. What I like to do, oh baby, a little fresh oil on that and let it sit in the box and soak into it. put it back in the box, and I'm going to loosen the back oil plug. I believe it's a 17 millimeter. There we go. I'm going to move this a little bit to catch both. I got to tell you, they set this up real nice. This little oil pan I bought from Advance Auto, it covers both holes. It don't get no nicer. I do the plug. That's the fill plug. Take a look at the magnet. She's clean. They say 3.2 quarts to fill it up. This is a beautiful bike. I feel like I'm very lucky to own this bike. To run into it, it's just so gorgeous. It's like a brand new bike. That's why I really like to take care of it. I'm gonna let this drain for a minute or two. Here's our plug. I like to use thread sealer. She's still draining. What you could do is clean up the side of your bike a little bit. It's a beauty. I don't think I'll ever sell this bike. All right, now the oil in the filter. Make sure you check that it's the same size, which I already did. Let's hand tighten. This has the 17 millimeter bolt on it, which in case it's too tight, you'll appreciate. It's a KN 138. That's it. That's all you need. Plug got a little thread sealer on it. I'm going to install it. With a little of this thread sealer, she'll never leak. Yes, they got this engineered. No oil on the pipe, no big mess, able to use this one little pan. Now with that, I'm going to proceed to put 3 quarts in. All right, that's 1 quart. Like I said, I'll put everything in the details, the description, what you need. And if you have any questions, just ask. Take your time. Makes a big difference when you do an oil change. Some people get carried away. They do it every 2,000 miles, 3,000 miles. I do it every 5,000. It's synthetic. All right, this is the 3rd quart. I didn't want to put the plastic on because I want to start the bike up. I know there's no leaks, but you never know. Mobil 1, Racing 4T, 1040, AutoZone. Pop her up. Make sure you check the threads on these, that they're clean. You never know what you could pick up on the floor. Screw it back in. Okay, we're going to start her up. Let's check that she's in neutral. run for like a minute. It's a little over 3 quarts in here. They call for 3.2. We will check it at this window when we shut her down. Shut it off, we'll see what the oil level is at. It calls for 3.2 quarts. So what I'm going to do, put the 3.25 quarts in here. Then I will put the bike, I'm going to put the plastic back on and put her on the ground. I see a little bit at the tip right there. Probably when she's on the ground, it'll read to the middle. With that, let me put the plastic back on. What we will do is just the reverse of what we did. I like to clean stuff up. With that, let's finagle this. One, two. Don't get no easier than that. Really don't. I love the colors. 4 millimeters. This one here, we'll start this. Overall, this was relatively easy. I'm just going to hand tighten this stuff. Just hand tighten. All right. Remember, these are in the back. Hand tighten. Now we had this one on the bottom. They set this up nice. My old one, this was connected. There was a bunch of stuff going. All right, they lined up beautiful. Let me tighten. Nothing crazy. All right, let's do the front. And tighten. All righty. This is the first oil change I did on this bike. I bought it used. We got one more. Got this one here. This little metal piece moved. All I did was take my little and centered it. If something don't look right, don't strip it, break. These plastics are so beautiful. It goes behind the plastic. Remember, undo that. And there we go, you got it squarely. Now push the pin in and you're done. Same thing for this one. That goes underneath. All right, you got that square, now the button. You'll hear it. I like to clean everything as I touch it. I love this bike. And that was a relatively easy oil change. She's still on the stand, it's settled, but you could see the oil is at the halfway mark. That was 3 quarts plus a quarter. So they call for 3.2, and that's beautiful. Let me take it off the stand and see what it does. Turn the wheel, kickstands down, take control of the bike. Always on the left side, so you know when you lean it, you're going right to the kickstand. Can't get hurt. If you're on this side, you put yourself in a very bad position. All right, we just did the oil change on the 2011 GSXR 1000. It took 3.2 quarts exactly. And we took it off the stand. I'm going to start it up. I love this bike. It's a monster. So responsive. All right, let's turn down. If there's any questions, just ask. And if you could, thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. Be safe out there. And have a great day. Thank you for watching.